out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, first thing I heard is Key. Hey, Key. Key. I say, what in the world? I said, man, who you trying to talk to? He said, this ain't Key. I said, nah, man, Key ain't got this phone no more, man. Don't call this Joan no more, man. He said, oh, all right. So, boom. I hang the Joan up. Man, I'm vexed. You know I'm vexed. Because you know what this mean, right? This mean that while I was gone, not only did Shine tell Key I had the phone, he letting Key use the phone. Man, I'm sick with it. Now, I'm paranoid. I'm nervous now because not only do he know I got the phone, Key know I got the phone, who Key done told, how, you know, it's just too much. When you got too much going on and you don't know who know you got the phone, now you even more paranoid. When you got the phone alone, you paranoid. But now you even more paranoid because you don't know who know you got the phone. Or how many people know you got the phone. Who done said this? You told Key done told his man done told his man, so on and so forth. That's how my mind runs. So man, I'm super mad, man. And I write a letter, right? Because I'm on the other side of the yard from Shine. I can't even see him, you know what I'm saying? So I write a letter to send to him. And man, I let him have it in that junk, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm like, man, you disloyal. I felt like Denzel in Training Day, man. You disloyal fool. And I write him and I tell him, you know, like, man, why would you do that, dog? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I said, man, that's some sucker stuff there, dog. I ain't expect that from you. You know what I'm saying? I had more belief in you and trust in you that you would, you know, all this type of stuff. So anyway, I sent it over there to him. And man, it gets over there that day, you know, penitentiary mail, man. It gets over there. And sure enough, can't make this stuff up. I'm laid up in the bed that night. The next night, this the following day, right? I done got up, sent the kite over there early that morning. So this the following day. I'm laid in there that night. Phone ringing. Phone ringing. I'm like, man, what in the world? How many people did he let get this number? So it's still ringing, it's still ringing. I'm looking at it. I don't answer. I keep hanging up. Boom, I don't answer. So, boom, zzz, zzz. I get a text come in. I look at the text. Man, the text say, this Shine, answer the phone. I say, what in God's name, man? So, boom, the phone call come again. So I answered the Joe. I'm like, hello? He said, yo, man, this Shine, man. I say, Shine, how is you calling me? He said, man, this Key phone. I say, what? Now Key got a phone. So I'm like, they done use my phone and finesse to get them a phone. So I'm like, man, this too much. This too much. So I'm like, what's up, man? I mean, what you mean Key got a phone? He said, yeah, man, Key got a phone, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nothing, right? You know, I'm supposed to be telling you he got a phone, you know, but I told him you had a phone, so I mean, man, I'm all in the mix, man. I'm in the mix, man. But I just wanted you to know, bro, because you wrote me that letter, you made me feel so bad, man. I ain't want you to think I was old sucker dude, man. But what happened was, I was getting ready to get in a situation too, like you. I almost got to rumbling with the dude, man. And I thought it was going down, man. And I had to tell somebody to hold the phone. I didn't want your phone to go, so I told Key. So then when me and the dude ain't get to fight, you know, I went back to get the phone, but now Key know I got it. So, you know, I had to, you know what I'm saying? Then he just wanted to use it and make some moves and try to get him a phone because he didn't know you could get phones in. Now he know. He used it, Joe made some moves, got him a phone, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, hey, man, don't think like that about me, man. You know what I'm saying? You my dude. Woo. All the sad sob story he gave me. So now I'm like, so the bottom line is Key got a phone. But Key know I got this phone, man. I said, how many people he called with this phone, man? How many people he told about this number? I don't need people to know this, man. You know, these people might run down on me at any time. Woo, woo, woo. So he like, no, man, he got one too, so he ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do that, man. Da, 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 da. I said, he got one. The dude just called me last night. You know what I'm saying? Looking for him. Why he ain't got his new number? He said, oh, that's probably somebody Key ain't want to know he had the number. He ain't want them to know it no more once he got it. I said, man, they calling my phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, come on, dog. I said, man, listen, man, I'm getting all this phone. I'm not going to be sitting up here talking to you in the penitentiary. You cross the yard, I'm talking to you right here. End up getting caught talking to a dude that's already in the penitentiary. If I'm going to get caught with this phone, I'm going to be talking to somebody out there in the free world, man. So I'm going up this phone, man. You know what I'm saying? So I get off the phone with him. He apologized, just want to keep on telling me how sorry he is, da, 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 da. Man, that joint was just so crazy. Then the next thing you know, within a day or two, Keyron, he texted me now. Now he texted me. Now he want to be friends because he feel a kinship to me now because he got a phone and I got a phone. So he texted me. He wanted to send me pictures, this, that, and show me with all this. But see, when you got that phone, you in a back against the wall situation. You can't afford to antagonize nobody. You can't afford to run afoul of nobody because, man, they drop one little whisper that you got that phone and people kicking your door in, man. Like, man, hey, I'm telling you, like Grant ran down on Richmond, they kicking your door in. So everybody who know you got it, even people on the street, you got to appease them. You got to be nice to them because they get mad. Like I say, first thing they do, they going to have you in the trick bag. So I'm listening to him, man. I'm texting. But I even had to tell him, I said, look, man, I ain't do a whole lot of texting and stuff, man. We in the penitentiary together, man. This phone supposed to be used for the outside resources, man. I ain't going to be sitting here going back and forth. You know, them dudes was using phones to play Xbox and Madden and NBA Live. I ain't doing none of that. You know, I ain't doing none of that, man. You know, I'm not going to be sitting up here playing no games and get towed off because it's serious when they catch you with them phones in prison. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just real talk. Craziest thing about it is, so on we go, everything going, all right, cool in the game, right? Then next thing you know, I'm on the block with Shine, right? I get moved again. Now I'm on the block with Shine, right? He done turned around there, he got a phone, right? He done copped him a jet. He got one. But he run around doing some other things that's not, you know what I'm saying, you know, it ain't low key. It just draws attention to him. He's drawing more and more attention to him. So I pulled him to the side one day and I let him know, I said, listen, man, what you doing, man, is drawing so much attention, and you got that jack, man, and people gonna end up running down on you about that jack, and you gonna get late, and that's gonna get the whole compound late because they gonna do a sweep, and they gonna mess around and find everybody, man. You got to slow down, da 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 da. Sure as grits as grocers, man. I tell him this, man, and a couple of weeks later, people run down on him, man. He pinned the phone off. He get rid of the phone, but they run down on him for something else, but he pinned the phone off, get rid of the phone, and they lock him up, though. They're going to lock him up for investigation. So now while he locked up for investigation, out comes old girl, his old girl, she calling me now, right? She know my number because she used to talking to him when he was in the cell with me. So now she calling me, what's up with Shine? Is he all right? He ain't calling. You know, Shine locked up. What he locked up for? Do they got the phone? I don't know. I don't think they got the phone. He done gave it to somebody. Who he gave it to? I don't know. Well, boom, boom, boom. Same thing I told you. You got to appease these people. You see what I'm saying? You got to appease them because they get mad, then you late. So I'm being nice to her, trying to, you know, whatever. But I ain't trying to be wasting my time talking to her neither. Man, this goddamn girl keep calling me every other day trying to do this with Shine or check on him, or should I call up there and say this, trying to get advice from me or whatnot, and I'm trying to be nice to her and I'm helping her all the way down the line, right? This goes on for a while, man. Shine ended up getting out of jail. So he goes to get out of jail. Maybe a month or something later, she called me. Shine out. He on the other side again. He say, Let them know what's going on because I'm going to see him. This is like on a Thursday. She like, I'm going to see him Saturday. So what you want me to tell him? I tell her, just tell him that, you know what I'm saying? I said, try to get back over here. If you need anything, let me know. Da 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 da. I got him. She said, okay, I'll call you when I come back from the visit. Now, mind you, I'm so paranoid. I done had the phone so long, I don't even answer a call that I don't know. If it's a call that I know is on the phone and the phone just blinks the name, I got it on silent at all times. I may have it set somewhere when I feel comfortable where the police at, and I can just keep looking and I see it blinking. So Saturday, I'm expecting a call. So Saturday, I'm in there, I'm brushing my teeth, and the phone blinking. Boom, 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 boom. Her name, Adele. So I know it's her. So I brush my teeth, I pick up the phone, I say, hello? I don't hear nothing. I say, hello? I don't hear nothing. I put the phone there. I said to myself, oh, that's crazy. Because I'm paranoid. That's how I kept the phone for so long, being paranoid. So I go back over, pick the phone up, I dial the number back. When I dial the number back, and I'm waiting for an answer, then somebody pick up, and then as soon as somebody pick up, I say, did you just call me? And as soon as I say that you just called me, all I heard was the side door open and footsteps running. Boom, 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 boom. They running in. I walk out to the side door, I look out that joint, I said, man, I know good and well these people ain't coming up here. I'm looking, and they come upstairs, if they bend the corner, they come in my way. Sure enough, they get upstairs, they bend the corner. I felt like Man Bird, man. I was like, oh man, this bro done set me up. Yeah, sure enough, man, they coming down there at me. They running down there on me, man. So I take the SIM phone and pull the SIM card out, put it in my mouth. I put the phone in my pocket. I had pocket sewed on all my drawers, all my shorts. Put the phone in the pocket. And I act like I'm brushing my teeth. They run to the cell, man. They run down on me, man. Tell me, hey, come to the door. Turn around, come to the door, get cuffed up. Come on, come to the door, get cuffed up. I'm like, what's up? They like, come to the door, get cuffed. I'm like, what's up, man? They said, come to the door, get cuffed up right now. I'm like, man, you can holler all you want. That ain't gonna make a difference, man. I need to know what's going on. Because I already know the gig is up. You know what I'm saying? I know something went down. There ain't nowhere in the world they just could come running to my cell. I already know the gig's up. If I'm already caught, then, you know, all bets out the door. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I look up at my cell, my new cell. I'm looking at him like, man, this joint is crazy. So showing up, I go to the door. I get cuffed up. My celly get cuffed up. So we stand at the door. I'm trying to ask them what's going on. They sitting in there talking amongst each other, ignoring us like we don't even exist. But we sitting up in the cell with handcuffs on. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So they started calling them down to the booth to get on the phone. I guess they was going in there to talk to either the warden, the major, whoever. So they going in there back and forth to get to the phone. There's only one dude up at the cell door now watching the cell. They called him down there. They not worried about leaving us in the cell with, you know, by ourselves now because we cuffed up. Plus they got the water cut off. Whatever's in the cell is in the cell. You ain't gonna be able to get rid of it. So when they go down there, I tell my celly to get to the door. He get to the door. I take the phone, put it on the floor, smash it all up, beat it all up so it's gonna be broke. They're not gonna be able to get nothing out of it. I pick it up, put it back in the pocket. I got the SIM card in my mouth. So they come back to get us, right? Open the door. They said taking us upstairs to the sergeant's office. So when we walking up there, everybody hollering out the door because we cuffed up. We going, everybody, what's going on? Y'all all right, Banky, man? Y'all all right, man? Yeah. So they walking, my celly walking in front of me. The police is actually walking with me side by side, mirroring me like this. Just like this, he just mirrored me. So I know it's about me. I know somebody said something about me because they're not even paying no attention to my celly. They just focus on me, locked in, walking with me side by side, just looking at me, making sure I don't do nothing. Now, mind you, he doing the right thing because if he turn his head 1 second, I'm going to flick that phone so far away from me, it ain't going to be nowhere near me by the time he turn his head. Well, I'm going to flick that joke because I got my handcuffs behind, but I got my hand right on the phone as well. So, anyway, they take us upstairs to the sergeant's office and whatnot. I got to figure out how much of this part I can tell because I don't want to get nobody else late. But when we get up there, they take me in the sergeant's office and they say they want to strip search. So it's two is 2 officers that go in there with me to strip search me, right? So when they go in there with me to strip search me, in my mind, I just felt like I was gonna take the joint when they take the cuffs off, try to throw it down the toilet and flush it, and they get to rumbling with me, then so be it, whatever. I might get assault charge, but it won't be no phone charge. In my understanding during this time, they was getting people street charges for phone. So I was trying to avoid that at all costs. You know, set me back so far. Even with the time I had, you may say, well, it won't bother you with the time you had, but it does. Because when you get street time in there, you stop your time, start doing that time. So it would have held me back from going up for parole even longer. So that was my main concern. But when I go in there and I see the situation and how it's set up, I take and see a trash can standing right there. I go stand over top of the trash can and I ask them what's going on. They said, man, we gonna script search you, man. That's what we in here for. So I just dropped the joint out my hand and fell right in the trash can. I step away from the trash can and walk over to them and say, oh, that's what y'all, come on. And they take the handcuffs off and I just keep on talking to them. Then I say, I script search. So I'm like, man, this is what all it's about, you know, woo, woo. I script search me, man. They get me all naked or whatever. They looking at me, they check me out, they check my clothes or whatever. I start putting my clothes back on. They handcuff me, they take me out, take me over there to the captain's office, set me down there in front of the captain. They go get my cellie, take him in there, strip search him. I'm sitting there handcuffed in the chair in front of the captain talking to him. When they come walking in there talking about some, oh, hey, go right here, captain, we found it in the trash can. So they got the phone. So they said, yeah, I think he dropped it in there when he was in there. I said, who? They say, you. I say, man, you a lie. I ain't dropped nothing in there when I was in there. I say, if I dropped it in there, why you ain't get it when I was in there? So he stopped talking to me and immediately started talking to the captain. He was like, look, y'all, we know, you know who he is. You know, he been here a while. You know, he get crazy sometimes. So we thought we heard something. So we were like, we gonna wait till we get him cuffed up and get him out here checked. But we thought we heard something, but we ain't want to do nothing while he had them cuffs off because he act crazy sometimes. So that's all we did. But we heard it when he was in there. I said, oh, no. No, I jumped right in the conversation. I said, listen, if that's the case, they supposed to did that, Captain. You know myself that if you take me in there to script search me, the procedure of a script search is to reveal contraband. If I got contraband, you supposed to reveal that I got contraband and let that be known. You took me in there, script search me 2 sizes, and I'm naked, and you bring me back out, and then you take somebody else in there, and then you gonna come back out talking about the phone is mine. Man, the scene already been contaminated. I left. It ain't mine. I said, nah, I ain't going for that. So the captain looking at me like he looking at them, but he don't want to chastise them in front of me, but he giving them this look like, yeah, y'all effed up. You know what I'm saying? And they did. You know what I'm saying? Because if they know I had it, they supposed to, you know, acknowledge that I had it and made that be known right there. They didn't do that. So I said, man, you need to write this down, bro. You see what they doing. Don't let them trick me up. He said, I can't do nothing about it. He said, but I am going to put it in my notes this way. I said, yeah, put that in your notes, man. He said, I still got to lock you up, but it's in my notes. So that's the only comfort that I got. They got it in his notes. And I ain't even really got that. Only comfort I got is he say he got him in his notes. But anyway, that's what he do, man. So now I'm locked up for the jack. I'm on my way to jail, right? Now when they walking me over there in handcuffs, who do I see? None other than Shine being walked over there in handcuffs too. I'm coming this way with being escorted by police. He coming that way because we in different buildings. But I'm coming this way. He coming from visitation. So they bringing them over there at the same time I'm coming. So he looking at me. He trying to holler at me. They trying to tell us not to talk to each other like we really kids and stuff. And we already on our way to segregation. You know what I'm saying? All rules is void, man. What is you talking about? So he told me, so what's up? I'm like, what's up? You tell me what's up. So he said, I don't know. I said, yeah. I said, okay, what you going back here for? He said, man, some fools is in the business room. I said, yeah, me too. He said, you was in there? I said, nah, but same people. So I'm trying to tell him it's your people. It got to be your people. I done deduced that already. It got to be your people. You see what I'm saying? So he told me, no, man, no. I'm like, yeah, exactly. You know, so he said, man, I can't, yeah, it's true. So they take me to say, I don't see him. He on another side, I'm on one side. So, you know, eventually we start getting to the house, man, people where we can write kites. He write me a letter trying to find out what's going on. I write him. He let me know that he have no idea what happened. which he didn't at the time, because what happened was she came up there to bring him something. Supposedly some type of weed and some money, cash money, and got caught. The police run the shake up on her and tell her, oh yeah, you going to jail. We get ready to call the state trooper. We call the police. You gonna get fired from your job. You get ready to be a felon. Yeah, all that good stuff. Woo, woo, woo. They scared her girl so bad. The first thing out of her mouth is, well, I can tell you somebody in there that got a cell phone if you don't call the police on them. I can tell you somebody in there got a cell phone if you don't call the police on them. They say, who? She say, my boyfriend's old Sally. They said, how you know he got a phone? She said, well, I just talked to him last night. I'm supposed to call him back when I leave the visit. What you doing? Oh, because I be talking to him, checking on my boyfriend. You know, so they said, well, where your phone at? My phone is in my car in the parking lot. Let's go to your car. This lady goes out there with the investigator to the parking lot, gets her phone, gives it to the investigator, give her my number. The investigator called me. She told him that I'm not going to answer unless it's somebody I know. Investigator calls me. That's why when I answered the phone the first time, no one said anything. It was the investigator. Later on, during my kangaroo trial, I find out that when she made that call and she seen that I answered, that's when she gave the word over the radio, told the officers, go to his cell now. Go. He got the phone right now. It's in his cell. Cut the water off. Go to his cell. That's how they came and ran down on me. She told on me. I got told off because of her, old Sally. In a 5-year run with this phone, it won't no other way they could have caught me because I was on my game, man, and that's how they got me. Crossed me up real decent. I go to, like I said, I go to the kangaroo court. I gathered, you know, that information. They didn't get the phone off of me because the charge is possession of a device, a mobile device. But no, it's not mobile device. It's something else. It's somebody possession of the phone, but it's called, the way they write it is some type of device that they got. Did you get charged with a possession of? So it's a phone though, is what they talking about. But it's possession. That means it has to be found on your person or in your living area, your room, your property. It has to be on your person for it to be possession. This is what the rule states in the rule book. They didn't get it off of my possession, nor did they get it in the living area where I have control of what comes in and out of it. You got it out of a sergeant's office bathroom after you had just script searched me, and I'm not even in that vicinity. So technically, the charge is non and void just by the way it's written and the way is charged to me. So, but they disregard all that because, like I say, when you go to the kangaroo court, you're going to get found guilty anyway. So I go there, I get found guilty. They know I'm going to appeal it. When you appeal, it goes to a higher place. It leaves the institution and goes to Richmond. When Richmond look at it and see it, they're going to more than likely try to correct something if it's a blatant wrong. Emphasis on the word blatant, because if they don't, then you can send it to the street court and say that, you know, they doing some crooked stuff in here and they want to try to avoid that at all costs so they can keep on conducting their crooked stuff. So anyway, I get so knowing that I'm appealing and knowing that I'm gonna beat it on appeal and they don't want me on their institution no more, they found me guilty and shipped me off of that compound within a week. Unheard of. Shipped me off of there within a week, but they sent me back to Sussex 2, which I had came from. Anyway, I had came from Sussex 2 down back to Greensville, which is a lower level because they had created the levels. So I was actually moving in progress on my way out. And then I go right back up, ascend right back up to a higher level because of this charge. But when I appeal it, I go, when they move me back to Sussex 2, I'm in the hole and I'm waiting for the answer on appeal. I get the answer back on appeal when I'm still in segregation, and I beat the charge. I beat the charge. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Now, I beat the charge. Now, according to the rules and the regulations, when you beat a charge, you're supposed to be returned to your previous status and your previous housing. So, if I beat the charge, they're supposed to take me back to Greensville, put me back where I came from, and everything's supposed to resume normal operation, right? That ain't what happened. They let me out the hole. I go in population on Sussex. Now I'm waiting around, and I ain't pushing the issue, which I should have been, but they supposed to be doing it anyway. But I really won't press because they dropped me in a nice situation. Now, when I left Sussex, I knew nothing about a phone. But when I come back, now I know about a phone, and I done had a phone for 5 years. So now I'm jabbed, like got a little addiction to the phone. So I had a little wiggle room with some people up there on Sussex. So I ended up getting another phone. Yeah, I know, hard head. I got another phone, but it was harder and more difficult to manage and hide on this institution as it was on Greensville. It was harder up there. Smaller space, less places. The hiding places weren't the same. So where I was hiding it at was really not, really super secure. Same thing happened. I only had this now. I'm on here for about 6 or 7 months. And I had it. And sure enough, man, somebody went in the hiding space where I had it at, and I noticed that they went in there. I noticed it because it wasn't like I usually have it. And once I noticed that, my alarms went off. I was so mad, and I was frustrated. I was trying to pinpoint who did it. I couldn't. So I took it out of the hiding spot, and I took it right back in the cell with me that morning. And when I did that, whoever had went and found it from the beginning, they must have knew that I knew. And, man, they dropped the dime on me, man. Sure as I don't know what. Because that morning, before the doors could open, they ran right down on me. They ran right down on me and found it. And they found this one on my purse. And they gave me another charge. Now, the charge is you supposed to get moved. If you get found guilty of this charge, you're supposed to get moved to the next level up, whatever that may be. And all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. Segregation, this, that, and the third. So now they talking about moving me to another level. Now, technically, I'm on the level that I'm supposed to be on now because I beat the last charge and I don't even supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be on the 3. So being that I'm supposed to be on the 3, you would move me to a 4, but I'm already on a 4 because you haven't moved me yet. So technically, I'm supposed to stay where I'm at. Nah, they don't play like that. They play dirty at all costs. So what they did was they manipulated my paperwork and said subject got caught with 2 phones in less than a 12-month period, which is inaccurate because if I beat the last one, it does not even supposed to be mentioned on my paperwork period. But they did, which got me sent all the way up. All the way up. Yeah, they sent me all the way up to the mountains to Wallace Ridge. And I get up there, man, for a phone, man, and that ended up being the worst state of my penitentiary life, man. The years that I spent up there was the worst that I spent in anywhere since I was locked up. That's just how vicious and racist and crazy it was up Wallace Ridge, man. But it was all because of me fooling around with them phones. It was all because of me being hard-headed, not leaving well enough alone. I had been gifted a favor to beat the first charge. I should have took that as a sign and left the situation as it was. But being that I was young and greedy and selfish, I wanted another phone. I had got too comfortable with the phone. I got too used to the phone. And it cost me. You know what I'm saying? It cost me years up there in the mountains, man. And the things I seen up there and the things I went through up there could have been avoided had I used my common sense, had I used my willpower, but I didn't, But all of that facilitated stem from point A to point B. Point A was my celly Shine, dealing with him, moving in the cell with him, letting him know I got the phone, going through the situation with him and Kevon and all of that, all the way up until it was his people who ended up telling on me about the phone. It was his people who ended up telling on me about the phone, So that's when you, like I say, you never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, or how it's going to happen. But every time you're in a situation, you can turn around and look back at that situation and you can pinpoint where something went wrong. You can pinpoint where you say, well, I never saw that at the time. And I didn't. I didn't see the end. I always say if I got caught with the phone, it was gonna be from a slip or something that I made, or this, that, or third, some dot that I didn't dot, or some T that I didn't cross. But this was, it never comes the way you think it's gonna come. This came from a dude that was my celly, that was no longer my celly, but it's the people that he had let know and gave information about me having the phone end up using that to save their self. So they sacrificed me. They, you know what I'm saying, they didn't care nothing about me whatsoever. So it wasn't nothing for them to sacrifice me, you know, to save their self. That's self-preservation. You know, I wasn't mad at her because she did that. I was mad at her because she knew the information to be able to tell on me. You see what I'm saying? But it was a lesson learned, man. It was a hard lesson. It was years of lessons. And yeah, man, I went through a whole lot of stuff dealing with that phone situation right there. But it all started, man, because like I say, I moved in the cell with him, and I took it upon myself to let him know what was going on. And like I say, loose lips sink ships. Even when in penitentiary, when you got them phones and you dealing with these different people, and you call people on that phone, and you letting them know as soon as they get mad at you, they got power over you as well. Because if they call up there and tell them that you got the phone, then you late. Now, most people who care about you or mess with you for real, they wouldn't want to see you go through that, even if they got mad at you. But you got to think that you be dealing with some people that they don't care, and they deal off emotions. They may not understand how much trouble you're going to get in on the inside. They may not understand what you're going to go through when the people run down on you about that phone. They may not understand all that. They may be dealing out emotions at the moment. They mad at you. They pissed off. They don't want you to call them no more. Or they mad. If it's a girl, she might be mad. You calling somebody else. All these things you got to factor in when you dealing with that phone, you know. And like I say, the phone kept me up, man, day and night, man. I barely got any sleep when I had that phone. Any sleep, because I was so nervous. I always had to be on point. I'm always waiting. I'm always thinking they give it a rundown on me. It just was a nerve-wracking situation. But you be willing to sacrifice all that just to have the luxury of using the phone. Because when you've been locked up so long and you have nothing and you can't contact nobody and you at the mercy of everybody else and you waiting for this, you waiting for that, you don't know what's going on in the world, that phone opens up a whole new world for a person that's locked up. A whole new world. But it creates a greater problem for the administration because now you got a phone. They not worrying about who you talking to or nothing like that. They claim they are. They claim, oh, they can be making drug deals. Oh, they can be making hits on people. Oh, they can be making hits on officers. Nah. What they really worried about is you end up having that phone and you end up filming the corruption that's on the inside. You filming that type of food that they serving us that ain't fit for humans. You filming something that they don't want to get on the outside. Because even though inmates, convicts can tell people on the outside what's going on, mostly in their mind, they automatically think you embellishing or you exaggerating because they can't conceive that someone would be treated actually like that. That a human being, they can't believe that, because they know they pay their tax-paying state money for these institutions, and they be thinking that they being run professionally. They be thinking that they being run the way they're supposed to. That people are in here treating you the way you're supposed to be treated. That you in here because you did something wrong and these people correct. Nah, it don't be none of that. It don't be none of that. That's why that phone is public enemy number one in that prison, because you can expose that it's none of that. People can show you that it's none of that. People can show you the brutality in there, not just by the convicts, but by the officers, by the things that they get away with, and they know that. That's why they don't want that phone in there by any means necessary. When they find out there's a phone in there on every institution, they shut the compound down. If it's one, they shut that compound down and they go through everything to find that phone. And I mean everything. And then they check for any other one that might be on the institution. And if they find out anyway, that's their main thing. Where you get it from? They mainly want to know if an officer brought it to you, because they want to crucify that officer for going against the grain, and they want to get rid of them immediately. And they want to set an example with them to make sure no one else thinks about bringing it, if the next officer don't think about bringing it. So it's a crazy situation, man, when you in there. But like I say, you still got to exercise discipline. You got to exercise restraint, because everything that's good to you ain't good for you, And I had to learn that the hard way, man, being selfish and being greedy. But them phones, they tricked me up, man. They took some years off of me, man. They took some years off of me because I was under tremendous pressure when I was up there in the mountains, man, because of my mentality and the certain things and the discipline and the way that I live. I'm not going for certain things, and those certain things that I wasn't going for, things that I'm willing to go all out for, you know, life or death, they was happening up there on a regular basis. So when you got certain principles and you around certain things that violate your principles, then you always, you know, in danger of something, you know, real undoable happen. So I was in those situations a long time, man. So that was really, really stressful for me, man. I think I was up there like 6 years or better. And by the grace of God, I came from up under that, man. And then 6 years from being removed from that, I made parole. So God is good, man. You never know how he operates, but I always believe he operating, you know. But anyway, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. I hope I didn't get long-winded. I know I tend to do that, so I've been told, you know what I'm saying? But when I get to talking and reminiscing about these situations and incidents, man, it just be so much going through my mind that I just get to talking, and it just stuff just keep coming. And I always feel like I missed something and I left something out, and I'm sure I did, and I always do. But until the next time, you know, I'll fill y'all in when I can, man. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. TBP, man, y'all salute out there. Y'all hold me up, man. I appreciate it, man. Pass the word along. Spread this word. Spread these videos. Share these videos. This is a movement now. This is what we doing. We trying to spread this positive energy all over the universe, everywhere. We on the road to 100,000 subs. After that, we going straight to 1 million. We skipping everything else. We going to 100,000, then we going straight to 1 million. That's the mission. That's what we trying to do. So we got to help each other, man, get this stuff done. So subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Tell somebody to subscribe. Share all of this stuff, man. Comment on these videos. Like these videos. Let's get it jumping in 2022, man. I got a lot more for y'all, man. Y'all just stay tuned. Keep tuning in. And I'm going to keep on spreading this good positive energy. So, if you know somebody who ain't seen it, tell them about it. If you know somebody that needs some positive energy, let them know about Team Banky Pound over here. And in the meantime, man, y'all be safe out there, be smart, make good decisions. And like I say, man, that's a blessing in every lesson. And the blessing is that everything that I went through, man, made me stronger, made me a better person, made me wiser, made me sharper. But in doing so, all that I had to go through to get these lessons, I'm giving them to y'all right now so you can give them to your kids, give them to your nephews, give them to your nieces so they don't have to go through what I went through just to have this type of knowledge, just to have this type of experience. You can get it verbally and you won't have to go through it with all the stress, all the pain, all the heartache and the misery that I had to go through to learn these lessons. So that's the blessing, man, that you getting this stuff firsthand and you give it to these young people, man, to let them know prison ain't the place to be. Stay on your game. Don't get tricked out of these streets. Don't get tricked out of your future. And don't get tricked out of your life. In the meantime, in between time, man, I love y'all. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. I catch you on the rebound.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.